When Hogan walked out on WWE, you compared it to when you left WCW. Explain why you felt that way.
Oh, gosh, and I just heard a story this weekend where one of the young guys is in the locker room, sitting in the locker room with Hogan, and Hogan was right beside him, not in his own private locker room, but sitting there and pissing and moaning about to this young guy who really didn't even, was starstruck with Hogan, listening to Hogan complain about how bad the WWE and Vince McMahon was treating him now. After all these things that he's done for this company, after all the things that he had done, and why he was having to go out in Madison Square Garden with a mask on. And he kept sitting there, and he told this young guy, he said, I'll show those motherfuckers. They're not going to get over on me.
Huh.
So he went out, I suppose, from what I understand, with the mask on, and it was on a SmackDown television, and he would take the mask and pull it up where the people could see it was Hogan. Well, Hogan, you didn't get those motherfuckers. From what I understand, when you left the ring, he packed his bag, he got his bag, had his bag ready, had his son and someone else there. They walked out, got in a limousine, left. That was it. Well, SmackDown's a tape show. What they did was go back and edit out all the places where he did that. They got you silly motherfucker. Unbelievable, huh? My thoughts are this. Finally, Hogan, you walked in somebody else's shoes. Finally, Hogan, you walked in Honky Tonk Man's shoes. Now you know what I've said when I would come to you and you say, hey, how's it going, brother? And I would say, well, McMahon's doing this, he's doing this, I'm not happy with this. And you did nothing about it. And you talk to McMahon every day. You and him are like really, really buddies. I don't know which one it was. Was it this you or was this you? If one of you guys was like that. But anyway, I feel like now he had if I see him, I say, now you know what all of us other people went through. Now you know how I felt when I had to leave WCW. And we know that story because we went through that before, I think. Maybe we didn't. But anyway, I told him damn maids don't bother me right now. Anyway, he bitched about a payoff. He wasn't happy with his money. Oh, really? Finally, Hogan gets fucked on his paycheck. Now you know what we feel like. Now you know how we felt all those times, and you never went to bat for us. And for you to sit there and whine and complain to this young wrestler who was just happy to be at Madison Square Garden, what a terrible display of a fucking legend you are. Terrible. You're finished. You're done. You're over.
Now, why do you think Vince made him wear the mask?
It's Kamal out there. Why do you think he made him wear the mask? I don't know. I really don't know why. It could be. It's those things that they do to you there. You never go back there. You don't ever crawl. When you crawl back, and Hogan obviously crawled back, you're going to suffer the wrath of Vince wanting to humiliate you in some kind of way, and that's what he got. He got humiliated.
What do you think of Hogan, and when was the last time you actually spoke to him?
I've not spoken with him since the day I walked out of WCW.
Okay. Do you think he'll ever go back to Vince again?
No, he's done. Will he get in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, because he's got such an ego. He's going to want to be in the Hall of Fame, and he's going to want that one last shot up there on TV or that one last big spotlight on him. And you know when they're going to put him in the Hall? When he's so crippled up and he looks so bad and he's so bald with no hair at all and he looks so terrible that the people are going to go, holy cow. Oh, man. Same as what I said about Bruno. If you're so pissed off at McMahon the way he treated you, Hogan, why would you even accept the Hall of Fame?
Why have you been so outspoken against those guys like Ted DiBiase who mix wrestling and religion?
Oh, boy, this is a good one. The Old Brother Tour. And I call them the Old Brothers because there was a movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? So I kind of linked it together. It just kind of fit. It has, Oh Brother. DiBiase found the Lord, so he says. Now, we don't know if he really found the Lord or not. I'm still looking for the Lord myself. I hadn't found him. I look a lot of places. I look up in the sky. I look down on the ground. I'm still looking myself, but DiBiase's found him. Anyway, DiBiase's joined together this band of what I call them Raiders of the Covenant. And the Covenant is kind of like the collection plate, I guess, in some of these religions. Pass the plate, and I'll take a little bit, and you take a little bit, and here, give me the rest of that shit. I want the rest. But he's banded together all these desperate men do desperate things. He's got George Animal Steel, he's got Greg Valentine, he's got all three Guerreros, Hector Mondo and Chavo Sr. He's got Sting, and he's got Shawn Michaels, he's got both the Koloffs, he's got Marty Jannetty now, he's got Brutus Beefcake, who I said, and he's got Duggan, Steiner, Bagwell. He had both Road Warriors, now he's only got one. I said to Beefcake when I saw him, I said, I got to know because I heard this. I got to know the truth. I heard DiBiase reached out and touched you like the AT&T commercial. Reach out and touch someone. That he reached out and touched you long distance from his home in Mississippi to your home in Boston. He called you up and you got down on your hands and knees in your living room and you confessed all your sins and gave your soul to DiBiase. Oh, no. I said, well, did he call you? Well, he did call me. Did you repent? Well, I guess. Well, he said, hell, man, it's a good payday. So that's what it's all about. It's a payday. He pays these guys very well, so they go out and they do this. He's even got them believing now. He's got them believing that he really believes, even though they don't really believe. They have told me, and I'm not going to say which ones, have told me, we do it for a payday. So he's got them believing that well, Ted's real serious about it. No, he's making you believe he's serious about it. And to me, they come to Phoenix. I'm 30 minutes away from where they have their big gathering every year. If he was a real man of God, wouldn't you think he'd want to reach out and touch a guy like me and convert me? If he could convert me, do you know what that would do to his ministry? Oh, and speaking of his ministry, it's all tax-free. And he tells the people who buys his shows from him, make sure you write the check to my ministry. That way neither one of us have to pay tax. That way neither one of us have to send in any money to help with the poor people, with someone who needs, the homeless people, someone who needs to be fed, or kids that need something for school. He don't want even...
God.
So DiBiase is a real man of God, huh? That's what I say. You don't even want to pay. Don't want to pay the taxes. A real man of God, you are, DiBiase.
Is there anyone in this business, well, do you think is legitimate in his religious beliefs?
You know, it's hard to say because I haven't sat down with each and every one of them, but I would have to venture to say that as long as there's a dollar attached to what you do, then there's always going to be some deception involved. I have to believe that. So, if you're giving this money back, I think the real man of God is that person who would want to bring his ministry to someone. We all got expenses. We all got to live. But for you to say, I've got to have a guarantee, I've got to have X amount of dollars before I come and talk to these people. What if the church is not a big church and say, we just don't have it. We can give you your expense money. We'll feed you. We'll put you up over here at the church, you know, and everything. You can sleep at the pulpit on a cot. Would you come and give your ministry and help some people? That's a real man of God. Not somebody says, oh, I need $10, $15, $20,000. You know, you could always do Superstar Billy Graham. He did it different, I guess. It was, you know, put your hand. I'll pass this plate. Whatever you put in there, it's good. If you can't put anything, that's fine. But at the end of the day, he kept whatever was in the plate. It could be $10 in there. It could be $10,000. That's a pretty good gimmick, I think. Huh. Good score, Billy. Good score. Now, you knew how to score anyway.
Now Russo's getting involved too.
Oh gosh, that Vince Russo, that's our sack of shit. What a low life piece of dog shit you are, Vince Russo. I say this because for some reason you thought you had your finger on the pulse of the wrestling business when you said there's no such things as heels and baby faces. This is shock TV. Anybody over 40 should be washed out of the business. Well, you were over 40. You're over 40 now. Look at you. You're crawling to the Bible now. You're crawling somewhere and saying you found a whole new life and the wrestling business destroyed you. It made you hate people. Nah, you sorry sack of shit anyway. I'm going to pray for you, son. You know what, Rob? If my ticket to heaven is through these guys, I won't be going. If DiBiase or Vince Russo or any of these holier-than-thou motherfuckers is holding the key to the pearly gates, I know I won't get in. But I do know this. I know where I'm going, and I'm going to see them all in the same place someday. I'm on a highway to hell. Me and Jake, all of us, we're going to meet there. One big last battle royal. Underground.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.